Get a little pony.
Hey everybody. How are you? I'm Bernetta. This is my husband Earl. Bernetta from the blog BernettaStyle.com. And I'm a lifestyle blogger. Talk about motherhood, marriage, and motivation, motivating women to follow their dreams daily. Hey LaShawn, and I am learning this live thing because I want it to look landscape, but it's not. So that means Earl and I got to be all up on each other. So give me 1 second while I try to share this on my personal page. Trying to do something new. Today we are going to be talking about love languages, and this is not going to be a long video at all. But me and Earl, okay, there I go. What? Give me 1 second. Sharing it to my page. Sharing it to my page. All right. Okay. So today we are talking about love languages. Do you know your spouse's love language? Me and Earl have been married 13 years, 14 in September, and I think that love languages could change over time, but he says his has always been the same. So we took the test, and my love language is acts of service. First of all, let me tell you what the 5 love languages are, okay? The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch, okay? Can't say that in public. So just because I say like words of affirmation, quality time, you can't be like, oh, that's me, because you could take the test and come up with something totally different. And I'm not going to go through all the questions on the test because the test is 30 questions. So if you go to Bernetta Style sometime later today, I will have the post or the download on my blog post with the 30 questions if you and your spouse want to take the love language test. So I took the test, and my top 2 came up acts of service with winning. So like that's my number 1 love language, acts of service and words of affirmation. And what is yours?
Physical touch and quality time. Quality time being number 1.
Quality time being number 1. And I kind of knew that before he even told me. I'm like, yours is quality time, physical touch. And he was like, yeah. One thing too, like about my husband, he touches me all the time and always, wants to spend time. So I kind of knew that was his. But one thing about like your love language, you can't always treat your spouse how whatever your love language is. Like mine are acts of service, which means I like when he does stuff for me. That's not gifts, but it's like if I don't feel like washing the dishes, or he surprises me and hey Kwanya, he surprises me and goes, to the grocery store, or goes picks up Emery from daycare when I don't feel like it. Those are acts of service. That makes me feel like he loves me. You're like, oh my God, he picked up my kid. But I can't do that for him and expect, like, say I do something, maybe take out the trash, and want him to be all happy about it, when that's not his love language. For him, he wants me to kiss him and touch him more, and he feels love that way. So anything you want to say?
No, you was absolutely correct. Being at quality time, I guess I was brought up with my family, having quality time, being around the family. So I enjoy family, of course, enjoy my wife. So anytime we get together, or be able to get together alone, is great time. But as for her, which is ironic, her love language is all the acts of service: cleaning up, washing dishes, doing laundry, sweeping the floor, vacuuming.
And it's funny because that's why I say I think your love language changes over time. Hey Danielle, because when we were our first year married, it was just me and him. So maybe my love language might have been physical touch. Oh yeah, put your hands on me. But now 13 years later, yeah, my love language is, can you do the dishes? Can you please vacuum? Because you get tired. And if you see like that, that Super Bowl commercial, the Mrs. Clean, when the man was vacuuming and she was all turned on. Like, yeah, after you married for so long, stuff like that as a wife turns you on. And then words of affirmation, which was my second one, which is, you know what that is? Words of affirmation.
You are so beautiful. You are intelligent, creative, which all those things you already know she is.
Right, just speaking life into me, and anybody knows that I believe in the power of words. So, words of affirmation, I guess I could see how that could be my love language. And so, yes, Kwanya, it changes. And so like yours would be in quality time and physical touch. What are some things that I could do to show you love?
Spending more time with me.
Without the kids?
Without the kids. And you choose the time and the place.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely physical touch, the hugs, the kisses.
Okay.
That stuff we can't say on Facebook Live.
Oh, really? So that's your love language, things you can't say on Facebook Live. Okay. Okay. One thing I wanted to say is you might think your love language is one thing, but it could be something else. And like I said, that, okay. And you said clean it up now. You might think it's something else. So I'm going to put the test later on BernettaStyle.com and let you know when it's on there. So it's only 30 questions and it's really quick and easy. Another thing I said, don't treat your spouse as if their love language is your love language. You need to see what it is. So I know with his being physical touch and more, he likes before I leave for me to give him a hug, or when I come in or in the morning, to rub on him or whatever. And it's kind of weird. You would think like a woman would be all like, I want to be loved and hugged, but he wants his attention, and so I got to give it to him.
That's right.
So this was going to be a real quick Facebook Live. We didn't really want to make it long. We just wanted to talk to you about finding out your spouse's love language. Why do you think it's important to know your spouse's love language?
I think it's important to know your spouse's love language for a couple of different reasons. Number one, of course, I think it helps in the overall communication. I think it helps with just going throughout your day, making each other happy. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a love language, showing gratitude in whatever area that may be. Being that her love language is acts of service. If I come in one day and have everything all spotless, kids quiet, ready, put to bed, it benefits her, but you never know, it may benefit me as well. So I think it's just important, especially as kids are involved, or even kids not involved, to develop and know what love languages or what you can do to make your wife or your spouse or your husband happy.
Okay. And I agree, like it's a good form of communication, because when you know how your spouse views love or receives love, then you can give love in the best way that they will receive it from you. So, and also outside of marriage, they have love languages for children too. So you can see how your children receive love. Like my daughter, we definitely know she is, what did I say she was? She is physical touch, because she loves her some hugs and kisses.
And she likes receiving gifts.
And she loves receiving gifts. So we just wanted to take a few minutes and come out and say hey to everybody, and take the love language test, and both of you take it, and it might be eye-opening. And just for like a week, try to give your spouse love in their love language and see if there's a difference in the way they respond to you. See if it's a difference in the way you respond to them, to see if this thing really works. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Thank you for
I'm off to the gym.
Bye. Thank you all for joining in, and see you later this week. Again, if you have any topics that you want me to cover, you can message me at Bernetta Style on my Facebook fan page, Bernetta Style, or Instagram, or just email me. All right, so talk to you all later. Bye.